of the Aquina Wampanoag to the front. All members of the Aquina Wampanoag to the front.
Hello everyone, my name is Samantha Maltese. I'm a member of the Los Angeles Aquina, and I'm here with my relatives and greeting you all with a good heart. Thank you everyone for showing up and showing solidarity with us today. Just one word, the other day, Line 3, which is an Enrich Corporation oil company, just announced that they were, Line 3, just announced that they were going to start sending oil through that line in conflict with Indigenous rights across the path that it's cutting through. That line is a symbol of the continued colonialism that is still pushing through the United States and other places of the world. Indigenous peoples' rights are being violated every day, and we need to stand together in solidarity for all of our Indigenous relations, both in North America, South America, and globally. It's Abatanmu. Thank you, everyone.
So, you may wonder where we are. We're on the land of the Massachusetts tribe, aren't we? And we're here in a park that is called Christopher Columbus Park by the city of Boston. Because decade after decade, the city of Boston has bowed down before racist Italians who venerate Christopher Columbus and defend him no matter how much accurate historical information that we give to them. They will not listen. And I want to be clear that we also have many Italian-American allies. In fact, there's a group here in the state called Italians for Indigenous Peoples Day, and they're marching with us today. So I want to be clear that we're talking about the racist Italians here. So we want this park renamed. Just as we want Faneuil Hall to be renamed. It is time to tear down all of these names of white supremacists. It's time to tear down all of these symbols of white supremacy. They're coming down all over our nation. Confederate statues, statues of Columbus. And right behind me, if you look, we have beautiful Taino children. There used to be a Christopher Columbus statue, and now there are Taino people standing. If you don't know, the first people who Columbus and his men invaded, the first people who were given diseases by Columbus and his men, the first people who were massacred by Columbus and his men, the first people who were raped by Columbus and his men, the first people who had everything they had taken from them and were enslaved and starved by Columbus and his men are the Taino people. So it's completely proper that we're here today. That statue was here for a long time. It very often had red paint splashed on it. It had its head knocked off more than once. We, of course, had nothing to do with that, but, you know, we have to give appreciation to the people who were taking care of public art and doing those things. And last year, when the head got knocked off, yet again, Mayor Marty Walsh went straight to the racists in the North End because he was worried about their feelings and their feelings about the statue. And he refused even to speak to us, even though we've been at this statue many times protesting it, and we asked repeatedly to speak with his administration, and they would not even take a phone call. So what I can tell you, though, is that statue is not coming back. It's in a warehouse. That statue is in a warehouse somewhere, and it's going to be somewhere put in a building somewhere. And I don't care what people do privately. If you want to like kneel in front of Columbus privately, that's your business. I don't really care about that, you know. But he's not going to be here publicly anymore. Now, we also, though, believe that this park needs to be renamed. It shouldn't be Christopher Columbus Park, and that there ought to be a statue more reflective of the city of Boston here as well. So this is something that we're going to be continuing to talk with the city about as the new mayor comes in, and it's something that we're going to be asking for everybody's help with. So thank you for listening about that. And I'm going to introduce. I'm going to introduce my dear sister Raquel Halsey Arbona, who's the executive director of the North American Indian Center of Boston. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose land? Indigenous land. That's right. Noah, my name is Raquel Halsey Arbona on my mom's side. I'm enrolled Mandan, Hidatsa, Narikara Nation. I'm also Mexican, Puerto Rican. You guys know the story. We grew up erased. We grew up insulted. We grew up shamed. But this isn't our shame. This isn't our shame. This pedestal isn't our shame. This is the North End shame. This is Boston shame. And I let everyone who comes in the doors of the North American Indian Center know that. Because the shame trickles down. It trickles down to us not counting in data. It trickles down to us being erased in schools, being made fun of by even the teachers and faculty. They tell me I'm dead. They tell me I died. They told me that it was okay to be erased. That it was okay that the soldiers stretched the genitalia of my ancestors over their hats and celebrated that. It's not. This city, we are counting on our public officials to make sure that this change is permanent. Anissa Asabi George, Michelle Wu, whoever it is, Lydia Edwards, I hope you hear me! We are going to keep this day Indigenous Peoples Day. And we are going to change it at the state, and we are going to pass the rest of our bills because we deserve it. And our children deserve it. Relatives, thank you for being here. Last time I was here, we were insulted, yelled at, screamed at, charged at. And today that's not happening because you guys are here with us.